after the game. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel dedicated to teams and stories that don't get the love nationally. Texans are a team that we've been on for a while, and just really excited to see what they can do this season. Very similar paths like the Lions, right? Just they got the right coach, quarterback, culture, everything's going in the right direction. So it's great to see. So a win's always good, obviously. But then there's those certain weeks where everything else kind of falls into place too. And it's like, this is so great. So here's the first thing. There's a couple good news. First thing is the AFC South. You beat the Colts, the Jaguars lose, then the Titans, who looked really good for the first half. It's like, what? The Titans might be the surprise team, and they still might be, but the Titans lose to the Bears in just like a dramatically weird game where the like the old days Bears, where they would win on defense, a couple pick sixes, or a pick six and a block punt. So I say that to say, look, you can't win the division in week one, but man, it's a big deal to be a full game ahead of everybody else already. So Texans get the win. Everybody else in the division loses. And remember, this is such a big deal to win the division. You automatically are in the playoffs and get a home playoff game. So I know it's talked about, of course, a lot, but it's that big of a deal. We'll get back to that in just a second. Next one is Joe Mixon's big day. Has Texans clinging to the lead in Indianapolis. So this is right before the game ended, but I love this article because it was just talking about Joe Mixon. He ended up with 30 carries, and I think this is some really good news if you're a Texans fan, is that you wanted to run the ball. You want to stay dedicated to the run. So you had plenty of rushing attempts. You stayed with it. Broke a couple runs, but at the end of the day, it was about being consistent in the run game. And people don't run the ball because they get out of it because they're behind. They start forcing it where it's like, you know what, we just need to where you're down, or you need to get something going, so you pass it. Where instead it's like, let's stay consistent, let's stay ahead of the chains. We've got the quarterback that can do it if we are in 3rd and 7, but let's keep running the ball. So you get good news there where you run the ball. Secondly, you, for the most part, I know you didn't contain the Colts, but you kind of did. Like, defense looked good for week 1. It's like I see some of the foundational pieces defensively that could be okay. So that was really good too. So you ran the football defensively. It's like I see that we're fine. Like I think if you're a Texans fan, you don't look at the defense and think, oh boy, this is bad. Like, we can't stop anybody. It's like, no, it's okay. So, and then finally, everybody else in the AFC South loses. So let's take a look at this here as we kind of dive into the game a little bit more. I want to talk about a couple things. Stroud looked sharp in his debut. 24 of 32, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Boom. Hello. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Anthony Richardson threw 2 touchdowns. The win puts Texans on the right track. Their next game against the Bears, which, I mean, talk about a game right there. That'll be awesome. So I was trying to find right here. Here we go. Mixon had 30 carries for 160 yards and a touchdown. Diggs, 6 grabs, 33 and 2 scores. I mean, this isn't rocket science. You got to have really good players to win in the National Football League. So there you go, right? You grab Mixon, look what he does. You grab Stephon Diggs, look what he does. So that's why the hype is real. And so to see the hype be real and then to see it actually play out, you can talk about it forever, obviously. We can just talk. But when you see it on the field play out, it's like, man, there we go. So it's just nothing but good news. Nothing but good news. If you're a Texans fan, you're on top of the division. Your blue chip players that you brought in performed. Your quarterback did well. Defensively, it's fine. Get that all figured out. There's things to work on, tape to look at for week 2. You play a manageable game at home next week against the Bears. Life's good if you're the Texans. Now, it's the National Football League. Things can turn in a dime. So you just, it's week 1, but hey, it's week by week, and all you can do is look and say, all right, we are in great shape. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, because the Texans are just absolutely look like the team that we had hoped and thought they would be. And we'll see all of you on the next one.